Alright guys, what is going on? Welcome to a video. I never thought I'd post on this channel with commentary again, but you know what? Fuck it, dude. Why not? For those who have forgotten, I haven't posted on this channel in years. I don't blame you. My name is Phoxine. My channel is Over Under, and that's confusing, but that's okay, right? All you need to know is that I play Ana on Australian servers, and I've been doing that for a good 2,000 plus hours at this point. I want to start posting videos again, and I guess this is somewhat of an introduction into doing so. The gameplay you're seeing is from last night. Basically, I want to, in general, start reviving this channel, perhaps, if I can get into the habit of making videos a priority, if people would like to see just general commentaries and whatnot. I don't think I'll be doing, like, anything fancy. I really kind of just like long form discussion and whatnot, so I think that's the sort of thing I'll provide, stuff like that. Anyway, that stuff out of the way, the topic I want to discuss today, a kind of preview of future videos to come, will be in similar formats to this, I suppose, but I want to talk a bit about 222/roll queue. I thought it was a pretty, what's the word, pertinent, I don't know. I'm like overstretching my vocabulary using that one, Jesus Christ. It's a very topical issue right now, and I thought I'd get my thoughts out, because on my stream, it's quite difficult to go into depth, you know, like if you explain it once, like maybe 5 people hear it, but if you explain it in a video, you can just be like, alright, fucker, watch the video, and you know everything I've had to say about a certain thing, but I'm really looking forward to 222. I think it's going to be something that breathes life back into this game, for me at least. I don't know if this is the case across the world, but in Australia, this game can feel pretty shit. Like, a lot of the time. I don't know if that's Australia exclusive kind of thing. It might be. It might just be made, like, exacerbated by the server, but anyway, Overwatch, I've had like a strange relationship with it. I've kind of just played it out of expediency. But I think 222/roll queue will be an update that kind of elevates it to a point where I might like actually enjoy it again. I'm starting to enjoy Overwatch again, which is very strange. Very strange. Like, it's very strange that I continued playing it when I didn't really enjoy it. But things like this make me kind of believe I can enjoy it again. And it hasn't even been implemented yet. I've played it on PTR for a little bit, like barely, and I'm already interested in playing this game. Like, I'm already interested in taking it a bit more seriously. I've kind of gone into the casual sphere, but an update like 222, essentially, if you don't know what that is, I'm sure you do, but it's basically every single game is guaranteed to be 2 DPS, 2 support, and 2 tank. So, pretty basic, but the implications are pretty fucking massive. And the most, I guess, immediate thing is that whatever role you wish to play in any given match, you're guaranteed to play that role. And that is such a simple thing, but it is so nice. Especially when you're a one-trick idiot that only plays a certain hero or class. It's very convenient to get that class guaranteed for you every single match. There has been, I don't know how many games, like, have grinded on my soul just because there was friction in the hero picking process. Perhaps we had multiple Mercy mains, multiple Ana mains, or just 4 DPS mains. There have been a ridiculous amount of games that have been either subtly or completely negatively affected because of that simple fact. Being limited before the game begins is a shit way to be affected by the match. Generally, if a game goes poorly, like, you can lose a game, and that can suck. But what really sucks is that the game is negatively affected before it's begun. And I think the most basic thing that 222 does is it eliminates a lot of those sucky feelings that you get. I don't know, not all sucky feelings are bad feelings, but that one in particular, yeah, not my favorite, to be honest. So to be guaranteed to get the support role, for instance, for me, is great. Like, I won't have to worry about how many support, like, Support's one of those roles, it's just one of those roles. Support and DPS, it's like the two most popular roles. DPS probably affected by this more negatively, but at least DPS, if you pop off, you can pop off, and you can kind of swing the game into your favor just by popping off. But support, if you got 4 support mains, you've got problems, all right? You've got some serious problems. And 222, you never get them again. They're done. Those days are over. Do you know how much relief that is to the system? Like, I'm receiving like therapeutic effects from just the idea that I never have to deal with that problem ever again. That is such a huge change. I don't know, like, I think just the idea of that has made me enjoy Overwatch lately. The very prospect of getting the character, or at least the class I would like, guaranteed every game. That's just a weight off my shoulders, permanently, for good. I just natted a mercy, but I'll never have to deal ever again with fighting over the support class. One big thing that is solved by this is that in the instance where you do get, the quad mercy, why do I keep saying mercy? The quad support main, right? That's always a problem. It doesn't matter if they play mercy, if they play Zen. If you've got 4 of them, you've got fucking issues. What ends up happening is you either run 4 supports, which is 9 times out of 10 just ends in disaster, or what happens is that some good Samaritan decides to switch to a different class. And what we've noticed here with role queue in particular is that we have different skill ratings for different classes. Just because I'm a 3k MMR Animane doesn't mean I'm a 3k MMR Reinhardt. It doesn't mean I'm a 3k MMR Widow. It doesn't translate 1-to-1. My skill rating for my support class is very different to my tank. It's very different to my DPS. And if you're a good Samaritan, if you're someone who flexes, when you don't get your main position, it unbalances the game. Which is, it's so bad. Like, you get punished for flexing in that instance because you need to have an equal skill rating in that different class for your flexing to not be disadvantageous to your team, it kind of sucks because not only are you getting punished in that regard, like, you're getting punished for doing the right thing in a situation which feels completely counterintuitive. Like, you want to reward people for doing stuff like that, but in Overwatch, up until this point, we've gotten the fucking middle finger for doing so. So, like, I've always felt bad for people that do that. Like, anyone who flexes onto a main tank position if they don't get their role or whatever. Like, I've always had like respect for people that do that, but at the same time, it's like you're a martyr. Like, you have to be a martyr just to do that, and it unbalances a game. It kind of like ruins a game by doing the right thing, which, like, from a design point of view, makes no sense at all. You would not want that, but that's what we've dealt with. There's just a lot of these little intricate things that Overwatch has had in the game. Stuff like that, by getting punished for doing the right thing on paper. Stuff that 222 will help remedy, which will be like, it's just a load off the shoulders, just in a lot of different ways, which is nice. There's a few things about 222. Obviously, there's going to be some downsides. I think those downsides in particular have been part of the reason why it's taken this long to implement. Obviously, if you got 222, any strategy outside of 222, you can't implement. You can't have 3 tanks ever again. You can't run 3 support. You can't run 3 DPS. You can't do 4-2. You can't do anything. You're within the confines of the 222. I think that's been a big hurdle for Blizzard to kind of overcome, to really think about. Like, the cons, I think, in this situation definitely do not outweigh the pros. But one other pro I wanted to touch base on, because I'm running out of time. How do I run out of time in a 10-minute video? Fucking hell. Jesus. Anyway, one thing, and I think this is one of the most important things too, is that every class will be balanced against the other members of that class. In Overwatch, up until now, it's like the different power levels between heroes has been a problem. Like, how do you balance a tank versus a DPS? It's kind of important to make that distinction, because the general power level of a character kind of decides its viability. And by forcing 2 of each character in every single match, you allow the development or the balance team to actually balance against the other members of that class, as opposed to balancing against the competing classes. Example of the tank versus the DPS. But I'm out of time. That's 10 minutes of my life just gone instantly, and 10 minutes of yours as well. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.